What is Thanksgiving going to be like for your family? Will you get together? Will you do it in person, or will you do it digitally, virtually this year? Will you cook a large amount of food? Will you kind of play it easy this time around? Maybe have more, the thoughts that you keep to yourself. Share them with some, but you're not going to go overboard this time. Maybe not a lot of travel in your future on a plane, car, train. Well, you name it. Um, Pandemic Thanksgiving's different, but in some ways, it's very much the same. The bottom line is to give thanks for what we have and not worry about the things we don't. Our good friend Dr. John Braccio has more thoughts on this. Regional Psychological Services from East Lansing, drjohnb.com, where the podcast always reside, and he's with us now. Good morning, sir. Welcome.
Well, good morning to you, Dave, and it is a good day to give a salute out to Thanksgiving Day. Thanksgiving is the one day a year we all need to kick out all negative thoughts and replace them with positive ones. In psychology, this is called cognitive restructuring. It's actually my favorite day because the vast majority of persons have positive, non-judgmental feelings about it. That's unique in this age of rage and the ongoing pressures of the pandemic. This is the time to think about positive things in the present as well as from the past. I think that makes sense. We can focus on good family memories, positive work experiences, enjoyable readings, enjoyable music, sporting victories, friendship, in terms of, and also growth in spiritual and or moral growth. The list really goes on and on and on. The main thing is to give Thanksgiving, really to think about what it is, be grateful for what you have now and what you've had in the past. Enjoy these memories. These are things we can give super positive focus to this particular year, and I think we should go for them, and we should get them. We should enjoy this year and really not focus so much on negativity, not focus on the pandemic, but live in a day that we really find joy and we from the past, the present, and we just have a wonderful Thanksgiving. I'm looking forward to it. In spite of all that's going on in the world, this is a day we can try to have a self-time. We'll be with other people, hopefully, in most cases, but we are also going to do some looking at ourselves and have some real thankfulness and really Thanksgiving. Positive.
What would you tell somebody who said, Doctor, I just can't be positive about it this year. I like it too. I think it's great. I agree with you, but because of the pandemic, I can't travel. My loved ones can't travel. We always get together. I'm not technologically savvy, and this has ruined the day for me. And I just, even in advance, 48 hours here, I just can't think about how it's going to be a positive in any way, shape, or form. What would you tell them?
Well, I would agree on all the negativity there. It's all true. However, the mind is a remarkable thing. It can deal with the past, it can deal with the present, it can deal with the future. This is a time to be looking at what we've had and maybe to be grateful for years there hasn't been a pandemic. But this is a difficult year for a lot of people, Dave. But there always has to be a time in our lives where we give thanks, where we give appreciation. We still can find something to read, to enjoy, music from the past. We all have within ourselves what we've experienced, what we enjoy. Like I talk to people, their music they really enjoy comes from the 80s, some comes from the 70s, others from the 60s.
Right.
And that's fine. So to find things that you can really help bring back memories or even look to add memories in the future, there's always something to be grateful for. And I think when people get too negative, like Scrooge from we all remember our famous Christmas story, okay, I think that we don't want to be that. We want to, I don't think being positive is a toxic experience. I think being negative is a toxic experience. And clearly we've had to trim down our Thanksgiving this year from a very large group to a small immediate family, but we're doing it. We're kind of going along with things and trying to focus and move forward. But right now I think of days past. I think of growing up as a young child, a young person. I think of the heady days of the 60s in my case, in terms of the things we thought we could change the world, eliminate poverty, bring education to everyone, and all the things and some of the disappointments, the new goals, the new dreams people have. But this is a day we can We can get rid of rage, get rid of everything, and try not to focus on negative. It's the day we kick out negative thoughts. We don't talk in our mind about the pandemic has done this. Yes, the pandemic has caused a lot of havoc and continues to. However, we still have control over our mind, and we can control what we think about. And everybody has some things that they can focus on that were positive. If you were a home run hitter one time, you might not be now, but on the other hand, hey, enjoy that feel, whether it's metaphorically or wherever we want to look at it in terms of what we've done. But I don't know. I'm just trying to focus on positive. But cognitive restructuring is a good psychological word because we refuse to let negative thoughts take control to come in, build, and nest in our world. We try to kick them out. We're realistic. We recognize there are negative things and there are things that are very destructive and painful in our lives. That's part of the human condition. On the other hand, we have to realize we can move forward. And then these are times also of strong moral and spiritual development when we try to find purpose. Who am I? Why am I here? What's going to happen now? What's my life plan? How can I make a difference? So this can be a day of really rejuvenation. It can be a day of growth. And it's a day I really look forward to every year because it has one focus. The one focus is a day of Thanksgiving. It doesn't focus on just a person, a situation. Right. It is your day to give Thanksgiving, find things present, past, future, and go forward. It's an exciting day. In fact, I'm really looking forward to it, Dave. How does that sound? It's a good day.
It's such a unique I mean, it's my favorite, too. I mean, everybody has their favorite holiday, but I love it because, I mean, and I think now, after I've spent a few years on this planet, from when I was young, I mean, then I thought, boy, my family's really big, and then, boy, my family's really cool, and then, well, later my family drives me crazy. And then, I started thinking about my family doesn't look the same. We've lost some people here at this table, and then I tie it back around to, boy, I love my family, the ones who are here, the ones who are gone. Some of the food looks identical. Some of the place settings and the people there are not the same, but it's just a reminder of all that, and I think that's that's something to savor, even in the midst of a downtime. It's something to savor, and that you're still here to do the savoring. I think there's some thanks to give for that as well that would fall into your positive category. I'm not sure, but it does.
Listen, I agree with you. I think you're making a very good point because we do have memories. We have good memories. We try to focus on good memories from the past. And you're right. There may be new faces, new circumstances, but we're still celebrating Thanksgiving. We're still doing it in this living. Absolutely. We're here for a period of time, and then there'll be a group coming after us. It's the wheel of life. It's the way things go, and hopefully, with a spiritual perspective, there is something after here. Okay, but for now, we try to enjoy here. We try to build here. We try to make things better. We try to enjoy family, friends, sporting victories. Follow whatever music we love, readings we love. Like right now, I'm reading a novel, a brilliant novel. A young person wrote something, kind of a romance type thing. Just we talked about it, and I said I'd like to read that. And wow, it's a very wonderfully well done by a sensitive, tuned-in kind of person. And those are jolly and peaceful kinds of things, just to take your mind off things, so you can appreciate someone's effort, something they've done, character development. So we all can find whatever we can all find things that can give us some joy and can have us really enjoy where we are. I think that's really an important thing. Look for the silver lining in life, as the old song goes. I think that's an important thing. And just and even some bittersweet things, like I like a Richard Harris, "Didn't We Almost Make It?" You could even look back at things that didn't quite work out, but that were really enjoyable. We learn from them, and we become philosophical because of them. So these are
part of that
days.
That spice of life. And I have to ask you about this too, since your dad came from Italy, your wife's from Cuba. Do you have at the Braccio Thanksgiving table? Do you have a mixture of? Is it traditional American Norman Rockwell food on the table, or do you have a mixture of cultures there? Because we always had a little bit of a mixture at my place. So do you have the same thing, or do you go straight down the road traditional? What do you have?
Well, we have it mainly traditional, but we will have, we'll have frijoles, arroz con frijoles, which is I'm trying to think, rice with black beans, which would be Cuban. This is the one day we don't have Italian, which we have a lot. But this would be more the turkey. This would be more the cherry apple pie, the kind of the traditional. Well, we will actually have some meat and chicken, which from Spain actually, that we will be having. We brought this from Miami a while ago, and the cheese we get here. So, there'll be kind of a few things that you would call non-traditional. Like my wife's family was from Cuba, but the grandparents were from Spain, so there were a lot of Spanish traditions. So we actually have a lot of Spanish cuisine that my wife cooks. So this will be mainly an all-American day, but we will have some Cuban and actually some Spanish. I guess with the Italians, this one are left out, but we do that every other day. How does that sound?
Every time you drive by the table and you hit a little bit, you just say, it's just tapas, it's good. It's a little bit, and a little bit, and there'll be a lot of little bits, and we'll cross our fingers for the football. Thanksgiving Day 2020. Yeah, it won't be the same for everybody as it's been maybe in the past.
Days.
That isn't necessarily a bad thing. I wish you a great one, Doc, okay? And we look forward to talking to you on the flip side. Have a wonderful holiday.
Listen, same to you and your wonderful family, Dave. Talk to you later, buddy. Bye.
Thank you, Dr.
Bye-bye.
John Braccio. The podcast will be at drjohnb.com, Regional Psychological Services, talking about Thanksgiving 2020. We're back in a moment, 1320 WILS.